Let's get right into it. Today, we're going to decode the 3 acronyms that you absolutely have to know if you want to be seen online these days: SEO, AEO, and the new kid on the block, GEO. So, you've put in the work. You've built a great website, you're creating what you think is amazing content, but you're looking at your analytics and you're just asking yourself, where are all my clicks going? Does that sound familiar?
Well, here's the secret. They're not just vanishing into thin air. The whole game has changed. Your clicks are transforming. They're becoming direct answers right at the top of Google. They're the responses coming out of your smart speaker, and they're part of full-blown conversations people are having with AI.
What this means is that the old playbook just isn't going to cut it anymore. To really be visible, not just now, but well into 2026, you've got to master a strategy that combines 3 things: search engine optimization, answer engine optimization, and generative engine optimization. Let's break them down.
First up, let's start with the one we all know and love, or at least have worked on for years. We're talking about the bedrock, the absolute foundation of it all: good old SEO. At its heart, SEO is pretty straightforward. It's everything you do to show up higher in those classic blue link search results. The whole idea has always been about capturing demand. Someone's looking for something, and your goal is to be the best result they see. And that strategy really breaks down into 3 key parts. You've got your on-page content, making genuinely useful stuff that's structured well. Then there's off-page authority, earning trust from other sites through things like backlinks and mentions, and of course, technical SEO, just making sure your site is fast, secure, and easy for Google to understand. But here's the twist. Even classic SEO is changing. The mindset is shifting from just how high can we rank to something way more important. Will our content actually be used by an AI to form an answer? And that little shift in thinking, well, that's the perfect lead-in to our next topic. This brings us right to the next phase in this whole evolution: AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. With AEO, the goalposts have moved entirely. You're not just trying to rank a page anymore. You're trying to have your content become the answer. We're talking about getting into those featured snippets, the people also ask boxes, Google's new AI overviews, and yeah, even the replies from Siri and Alexa. And why is this so critical? Well, just look at this number: over 700 million people. That's how many are using platforms like ChatGPT every single week. These are now massive go-to information channels. If you're not the source for their answers, you're basically invisible to this huge growing audience. So how do you actually do this? Well, AIO needs a really specific approach. You've got to structure your content in clear ways, like using Q&A blocks and lists. Make your headings sound like real questions people would ask, and be super concise and clear. You also have to prove your authority. And this is a big one: keep your content fresh. AI really prefers stuff published in the last 3 years. All right, now we get to the really cutting-edge stuff, the newest and maybe the most important shift of all: GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. GEO is all about influencing the AI models themselves. Think of it as a strategy to make sure that when someone asks ChatGPT or Gemini for advice, your brand, your content, and your data are part of that conversation, and hopefully are positively represented and cited as a key source. And don't think this is some far-off future thing. It's happening right now. More than half of Gen Z shoppers are already using AI for product advice. And look at this: a staggering 89% of B2B buyers now rely on AI during their process. If your customers are there, you have to be there, period. The tactics for GEO are a little different. You kind of have to think like an AI. This means chunking your content into small, easy-to-digest ideas. It means publishing original research, data that the AI can't get anywhere else. Building your authority through PR is huge, and you have to constantly check how you're showing up by testing prompts yourself. Okay, so we've got SEO, AEO, and GEO. 3 powerful strategies. But here's the thing: they don't work in silos. The real magic happens when you put it all together into one unified playbook. So if you remember just one thing, let it be this simple progression of the goal. With old school SEO, the goal was ranking. With AEO, it shifted to answering. And now with GEO, the ultimate prize is being cited. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. Just look at the audience row for a second. SEO is for people typing keywords. AEO is for people who want a quick, direct answer. And GEO? That's for people having an actual conversation with an AI. And that means the content has to change too, from long articles to concise Q&As, And finally, to these modular chunks of unique data. Your metrics change too, from rankings to eventually how many times an AI quotes you.
Let me show you how this works in the real world. Imagine a software company writes a huge guide on project management tools. That's step 1, the SEO foundation. Then, for step 2, they add an AEO layer, a simple Q&A section answering stuff like which tool is best for small teams. And for step 3, the GEO boost, they sprinkle in unique data. That data gets them mentioned on industry blogs and, you guessed it, cited by ChatGPT. See, one piece of content, 3 massive wins.
Okay, before we wrap, let's do a super fast rundown to make sure all of this sticks.
First, SEO. Simple. It's about getting ranked. You do it with quality content, strong authority, and a healthy website.
Next, AEO. This is all about being the answer. You structure your content in those Q&A formats to grab snippets, show up in overviews, and be heard on voice assistants. And finally, GEO. This is about getting cited. It means creating unique, chunked content with powerful authority signals so that the AI models have no choice but to quote you. So as we close this out, I want to leave you with this one big question. In a world that is becoming AI first faster than any of us expected, mastering this unified playbook isn't just an advantage anymore, it's about survival. So the real question is, how will you make sure your voice gets heard?
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share it, with others who might benefit too. To learn more about product management and digital marketing, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.